pledge, please. Katie, could you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Moment of silence for men and women in the armed forces, our first responders, those fighting the good fight in Ukraine, and those suffering from the military conflict in the Middle East. And also for those that have suffered of the significant weather events throughout, not only here in the United States, but in Europe. Thank you. Katie, if you could do the American Creed.
Sure. This is the American's Creed from William Tyler Page. I believe in the United States of America as a government of the people, by the people, for the people, whose just powers are derived from the consent of the governed, a democracy and a republic, a sovereign nation of many sovereign states, a perfect union, one and inseparable, established upon those principles of freedom, equality, justice, and humanity for which American patriots sacrificed their lives for fortunes. I therefore believe it is my duty to my country to love it, to support its Constitution, to obey its laws, to respect its flag, and to defend against all enemies.
Thank you.
Mayor's
And
remarks.
do we have anybody, Paul, would like to address the town council? So next, moving on to mayor's comments. So first, a big thank you to our newly seated town council members. And it's a pleasure to have all of you on board, and it's great that we can continue to move the town forward. I know everyone's busy. This should be hopefully a very quick meeting for us. Our first meeting to actually do business, which will be next Monday. So a big thank you again to all of you guys. Can't thank you enough. The next is the appointment of a recording secretary. I could have a motion for a recording secretary.
I'd like to move Stephanie Barksdale.
And a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you, Stephanie. Next, the appointment of a vice chairman.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Katie Francis as vice chair of the council.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, the appointment of a parliamentarian.
I'd like to move Tom Esposito.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you.
Three abstentions? Just three abstentions, right? Is that being voted? You're abstaining as well?
Okay. Next, the appointment of a town attorney. And the recommendation would be for Town Attorney Randy DeBella, who has been with us for many, many years in Kramer and Anderson.
Sorry.
Any discussion of Randy?
I would just like to quickly say, Mayor Bass, that pending a vote by the council, the firm is grateful for the opportunity to serve the town. We hope to serve the town for many more years to come, and it's always a pleasure to be at the town council meeting. So, subject to the vote, just wanted to extend my thanks on behalf of the firm, and Randy, of course.
Great.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you.
Abstention.
Thank you, Rabbi. Next is Town Council Rules and Procedures.
I'd like to move that we accept the town council's rules and procedures as in the attachment, last amended on December 6th of 2021.
Second.
Any discussion? Rabbi?
Point of clarification, the second point in the Town Council Rules and Procedures, it says in accordance with the provisions of Section 1225C of the Connecticut General Statutes, any member of the Town Council may, at a regular meeting, bring to the floor for discussion any matter which he or she believes is appropriate for consideration by the Town Council. I just want, are we all on the same page? Any Town Council member has the unilateral ability to bring anything for discussion at any meeting?
Right.
But you have to have 2/3 of the members present
You
to
gotta read the
consider,
last sentence.
consider it.
To
So
vote
you can-
on it,
So you can bring it up,
right.
but it would be 2/3 of the membership would agree to add it to the agenda.
So what, what does that mean to bring something up, but it's not on the agenda? What does that
So
look
for
like?
instance, to talk about something for the public itself, you would have to add it to an agenda item if it's not already on the agenda. And to do that, you'd need 2/3 of the town council to approve adding that to the agenda per the,
Is it
our
to
procedures.
approve adding it to the agenda or to vote on an actual thing?
Okay,
Because-
so you read the last sentence.
Yeah,
No such matter, no matter what it is, can be acted upon at the meeting at which it was presented unless 2/3 of the members present vote to consider the matter. So that's as far as you can go if you don't get 2/3 of an assent.
Can we just clarify a little bit further?
Well, if you get two-thirds approval, you still wouldn't discuss it until the following meeting, is that correct?
No, if
No,
you
you-
have,
you-
that's
you
why
would
I wanted to
discuss
say
it
that,
at that
because
Okay.
if you want to bring it up for the meeting, that, if you say this is a regular meeting and you brought this up, the only way we would discuss it, which means that we would have to add it to the agenda. There's nothing to prevent you from bringing something to the mayor when we're not at a meeting and saying this is something you want to talk about, in which case then it would be brought up. And again, 2/3 would have to vote to say, yes, we will discuss it here. And I really should let Joe say that to you, but he's nodding his head.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, we've had this issue come up before on the town council, so if there's an item that someone wants to raise here, it's not on the agenda, it can still get added to the agenda through a motion, but what happens is, to get that on the agenda for a discussion and a vote, the person raising it has to then get the approval of 2/3 of the council to agree to add it on the agenda, then becomes an item, and then we would vote on whatever that item is, right?
yeah,
So
but,
it's-
I mean, my understanding is that, anyone can bring anything to the mayor for consideration to be put on the agenda. The reason why this is here is this is about town council members. And I understand that maybe you couldn't get it put on the agenda and approved of without 2/3 of the members present to vote to consider the matter. But just for discussion purposes, I mean, let's say somebody had a concern from one of the people who voted for them and they thought it was important to discuss. Could they not bring it up for discussion at a meeting? It seems to be that's what this supports.
yeah, I think would be the easiest way, Rabbi, would be to then ask for it to be put on the next agenda. Then you could put it on that agenda so it's warned, so that public could come knowing that it's on the agenda, versus adding it on where somebody may feel that they didn't have the ability to come because it may be an opposing side of it.
But, I mean, I wouldn't have the ability to put it on. That would be at your sole discretion as mayor, wouldn't it?
Yes, but you could ask, as we have before here at town council, is like, look, is there any way we could put this on the next agenda?
But, I mean.
It has to be a
What if it's not
salient point.
approved?
Let's just put it on the table. It has to be a salient point and something that's a due discussion. Not, is it going to rain tomorrow? I know you're not thinking that, but you have to remember that we are a body, and if the majority doesn't want to do that discussion, we don't do it.
But it seems like, I mean, it doesn't say the agenda here. It says bring to the floor for discussion.
That's the only way it gets to the floor, is if you get it on the
Right, the
agenda.
only way to-
It never gets to the floor if you don't, as Joe just said, you can ask for something and it can be added to the agenda. Say we started a meeting and you said, I'd like to add the dog pound, something to talk about the dog pound, what's going on to the agenda. And,
Everybody
okay.
likes it, you put your hand up, it goes on
Yeah.
the agenda, we talk about it.
Right, but when you get to it, doesn't mean that it's going to be discussed if 2/3 of the people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
That's not
almost
how I
in
read
half
this,
the-
though.
Ari, in half the meetings we've had, we've added something to the agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We add them.
All the
All the
time.
time,
Adam.
right.
As long as this is not as long as it's not a national subject, if it's got something to do with town and is relevant to town, I mean, I've seen people in the past, and I've been on here a long time, that wanted to bring up national politics almost 16 years ago, and we all agreed in the room, this is not a room for national politics, we only talk about town politics here. So
No, absolutely.
I'm not making that statement, I'm just saying, after as many years here, I don't think anybody's turned down somebody adding something to the agenda.
And you would see that the meetings would become rather bulky and extended in time if everybody was just able to do that. And that's why there is a system for anybody to come and ask the mayor. I mean,
And
that's,
the very best way, as you said before, is call your office. I've got some constituents that are very concerned. Can you please add this to the agenda? It's warned. those folks can come into the audience and actually speak.
No, I hear that, and that sounds good, but it seems that this clause here is for town council members to be able to bring something to the floor for discussion. It doesn't say that you'd have to go through the mayor for that, and it seems like if that's what it is,
This is
then,
bringing up something during a meeting. These are rules during the meeting.
yeah.
These are meeting rules of what we abide by in here. Bringing up something is outside of this. You can call up the mayor's office and request something anytime you want. Anybody in this council can. So.
Right, but then we
this
wouldn't
rule
need
is-
it as a
this rule is
rule
strictly
in
right
here,
here,
because
right?
that would be for the public, that's like a First Amendment right. You can contact the mayor and ask them to put something on
Right,
the
when you're a
agenda.
town council member and you want to add something to an agenda,
And it-
you
yes.
bring it up, you say, I'd like to make a motion to add something to the agenda. Tomorrow, I would like it to be, a dog day. And we all say, okay, is it up for discussion? Do you have a second? Somebody's got to support it. And then we vote. Do we want to talk about dog day tomorrow? 2/3 of us put our hands up, and the discussion is open. That's what these rules are for. These are rules and procedures for these meetings, not outside the meeting.
That rule is that rule. Okay, so,
And it's been vetted for a long time.
No, it's clear that that's the rule,
so
and there's been
Zach-
ways of doing it.
I was gonna say, just, my interpretation of it, and maybe this will help clear it up, and maybe I'm completely wrong in my interpretation of it, it's almost a three-step process. If you have something you want to bring up, the first step is you bring it up here in town council. Second step is we get 2/3 of people to approve it for further discussion. The third step then would be voting on it in the next meeting when it is added to the agenda.
Except
But
for-
that's
No,
not what
actually,
it
you're wrong.
says.
It would be in the agenda right then and there.
We could add it and
So
discuss
when we
it.
vote on this, we add it to the agenda right there. So like if you're looking at something and it was like number 5, we would say, okay, we'd like to add 5A. We'd add 5A,
Yeah.
we would say, okay, all in favor, opposed, abstention. If you win, at that point, if that motion passes, the discussion happens right then and there.
point to know about what Tom just said is that when it gets on there, and the mayor would say, okay, all those in favor of adding this, if it isn't a majority, then you don't, it's not gonna be talked about. So that's the point of this area.
That's not how I read this. It says you
Well, I'm
may bring it
sorry.
up.
That's how it is. So you can talk to
She's
Joe
not
about
reading
it.
it.
That's how it is.
Any other discussion?
No, I would just like to say one thing. I just think we need to be mindful of and respectful of the public when they come in to speak.
Absolutely.
Well, who hasn't been?
Do you don't want me to name names, do you?
Well, no, but I think
But,
we sit
I
and
mean,
listen
there's
to a
no,
lot of things.
there's been,
That's what we're here for.
while the public is up there, discussing what they want to discuss, they've been interrupted. I think you know who I'm probably referring to. And I just think that has to stop. And we, the public's time, we have our time, and then that's,
I agree with you that they're here to tell us something, we should be
Yeah.
listening.
yeah.
And even if we don't agree or think that, this is the 13th person that said it, that's not for us to decide, that's why we're
Exactly.
here.
I just think we need to be a little more mindful of
I agree with you.
That would be
consideration.
the purview of the parliamentarian, no?
Well,
Only if
that-
it was brought up as an issue.
I think, Diane, that is correct, but it's also following a proper Roberts Rules procedure, which we abide by here in town council, and being, running this in a very businesslike way, and making sure that those that do take their time and effort and come and spend their time and want to address the council are respectful of that.
The majority of the people who come to public comment are equally, are respectful and have something they'd like to say, good, bad, and different. So I agree 100%.
Any other questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you, everyone.
Wait a minute, Zach and Ari, you both opposed?
No, in favor.
And calendar?
The next is the 2026 Town Council meeting schedule. Everybody get a chance to look at it? Mm-hmm. We did, but they were just saying since it's a new town council, we should just reaffirm it. So, all right.
We've done it, we vote on
Just
this
in
every
case.
time.
I know, just
Same schedule.
going
A couple
by.
times we've actually
voted on
caught
it a
it.
couple
We've
weeks
caught
ago.
where we were all
We
wrong.
have 4 times that we're not going to meet on Monday. So, one meeting only, that's why. 2 Tuesdays, okay.
Yep.
Good. And then December, one meeting.
I have no kids anymore, so I don't have to worry about spring break in school. If you got kids in school, just want
Do
something.
we have
out
a
here.
motion?
I'd like to move to accept the calendar for 2026.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you.
Before you adjourn, I think you need to, parliamentarian, if I'm correct, there are 3 ayes and 4 abstentions, so I don't know, does that pass?
What did you
Yep.
say?
Parliamentarian, 3 ayes and 4 abstentions.
Yeah, we should be fine there.
Okay.
Yep.
I have
Diane?
a question before we
3
adjourn.
ayes?
Yes.
What happens if the vice chairman or the parliamentarian are not here? Is someone else seated in their place?
Yes.
How does that happen?
Paul does it.
Paul does it? Okay.
The seniority comes into play, you know?
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, let's not talk about seniority.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions tonight?
You already.
Have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very
And
much.
welcome.
See everyone
Welcome.
Monday
Sorry,
night.
Harry, that
Thank you.
We had that conversation, but you'll see.
No, I mean, I'm figuring things out, you know?